Hi, it's nice to meet ya. It's Tarot with Aisha, pulling on the cards to help you find what you seek, yeah. Doing divination to help to guide the nation, increasing your vibration, relieving your frustration. Hey Libra, it's me, Taisha the Tarot Card Reader, Tarot with Taisha. And I am doing 3 card pulls for all signs for November. This is your reading. Not gonna lie, you get a little bit of a bonus just because I peeked at the bottom card. Spirit told me to do it, and I'm actually glad I did. So with that being said, I'm using my Learner Tarot deck because this is how I do readings, because I do private readings, and this is one of the decks I like to use because sometimes with some clients I like for them to actually be able to read the card themselves, read it to yourself, hear yourself talk to yourself, not just me. And then I like this deck because it kind of helps you understand like really what the cards mean. So I'm ready to get into it because all of these cards are swords. Swords represent air signs. Libra is an air sign. So that made me say, and I think that's maybe why I looked at the bottom of the deck. But nonetheless, I'm going to read you the cards as they're facing you, as if we were in a reading and you were my client, and I am giving you your energy. I'm also going to use my Everyday Tarot book from the first set I ever got from Amazon, because it is very beneficial to get like a good understanding upright and reverse. The cards do upright and reverse too, and the way the cards come out, they have different meanings. So to me, I like to read upright and reverse because what goes around comes around. You know what I'm saying? Like what goes up must come down. There's a top and a bottom to everything. So this is your reading. These are your cards. Starting with the Queen of Swords. So if you're a female Libra, then this is actually really on point, and it could be a male too, but it just came out as female. So maybe you got some feminine energy and you don't know about it, brother, and that's okay. Like we all need to accept both sides of ourselves. I have a lot of masculine energy more than feminine, but I'm a motherfucking lady. So let's get into it. So we got the Queen of Swords sitting on her throne, regal as she is. Look at the bird flying above her. Just everything is peaceful and copacetic, ruling with authority. In the reverse, the card says pessimistic, careless, cold-hearted, emotional, sarcastic, overly critical, easily influenced, no presence of mind. It does represent your third eye. It has 20% Virgo and 20% Libra, according to that Queen of Swords. So there is some embodiment of that Virgo energy also in this card. It is a yes in the upright. In the reverse, it's a no. And it is water of air. So again, pessimistic, easily influenced, no presence of mind. I hope we are having our thinking hats on, because that is important. Hope you got your eyes open and you are seeing things as they are. Okay. The next card we have is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to really take some time and think about just life in general. You got to think about it, you know. Take a little rest and contemplate. So in this card, it represents the third chakra, the throat chakra. So I hope you're speaking up and speaking your mind if we go from the third eye to the throat. This one represents Jupiter, Libra, and maybe. So it could go either way. Definitely an air card, like I said, being the swords. And it says rest, relaxation, contemplation, peace. Contemplation. It says it twice. Not even joking. I didn't. It says contemplation, contemplation. I can't get them to actually like focus, but contemplation, contemplation. Recuperation, rejuvenation, and sanctuary. So hopefully you do have a safe place where you can go and take some time and really think about, you know, the goings on around you. When I was thinking about doing this series of readings for November and finally posting on YouTube, I kept hearing Jill Scott, "You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling." And I just hope nobody's getting in your way, and trust and believe one thing we know, one thing for sure, two things for certain: obstacles will happen in life. But we ride those things out. You've seen people on the obstacle course, baby, they go crazy, okay? That American Ninja, people be cutting up, you know what I'm saying? I don't even watch TV, but I've seen it and I know it, exists. And there's no obstacle that you can't overcome. I just want to say it because I feel the need to say it. So next up is the Five of Swords in the reverse. This one again is throat chakra. I hope nobody is silencing you. I hope you're not holding back from what you're supposed to say, express. None of that. This one is Venus. So again, baby, look up your Venus sign in your birth chart. It says a lot. But Venus deals with like love and emotions and feelings. This card represents Aquarius. So again, we got all this air. And Jordan Stark said, "How you supposed to breathe with no air?" I hope ain't nobody taking your breath away with all this throat chakra energy. The card is a no in the upright, but in the reverse, it's a yes. So we got a yes. So we got a no, a maybe, and a yes. Really just kind of stuck in between, What it says on the bottom is compromise, solutions to a conflict, reconciliation, moving on, past resentment. So you see he is walking away from them people like, y'all do y'all thing, I'm gonna take these swords, go on my way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do, with this little smirk on his face, like, whatever. So that's actually good energy, especially if something or somebody's been really, affecting you to where you can't speak your piece. That's a good thing. You're coming out of conflict. There's no battles. There's no fighting. This is done. The aggression is gone away. I'm just reading the upright in the reverse. No more hostility, and somebody was the victor because somebody was defeated. So, like I said, I looked at that card at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to just simply pull just that one card because if I see it, I got to read it. And this one, you saw I just turned it. So this one is the Empress. Good that I turned it because it was in the upright and I turned it so I could read it. So the Empress is in the upright. This is your sacral chakra. Like I say, I don't know a lot about chakras, but I Google anything I want to know. And that sacral chakra is like the point of your body, though, above those loins. So it talks about womb a lot. People talk about womb a lot. Like the Empress sitting on her throne. Should. So we go from throne to throne. Okay, that's good energy. This is a major arcana card. It is the number 3. Numerology, which is good. That's like the Holy Trinity. Every time I see a 3, that's the first thing I think. Divine feminine, fertility, parents, abundance, nurturing, creativity, Venus, Taurus, yes, and Earth. And it says, my love will dissolve all anxiety and fear. And that will give me some of that. I'm just saying, don't be trying to give me some of that. I have a husband. But yeah, that is good energy. So, hopefully you are embracing, the goodness, the love inside of you. Baby. But at the same respect, I go to seeing what needs to be seen and not having a blind eye and not silencing yourself or not speaking up for yourself. You definitely need to be on that, because if you don't do it, who will? So book, just to get an understanding from the book, because it does like I said, upright and reverse, starting with the Queen of Swords. And this is interesting. This is the first reading I've done that's been like on point where the actual house of the cards matches the sign. So I hope the scales are balanced. I think there can be balance and maybe balancing out. So hopefully, instead of somebody getting in your way, they've gotten out of your way. So looking at the Queen of Swords, in the reverse, the book says you are allowing others to dominate you as you show weakness. Even if you are strong in sport, you may be allowing your emotions to get the better of you. Reconnect with your inner strength and create positive change. Changing. It's time for change. The time just changed. Where you're in a place where time changes. I wish ours would stop in Missouri, but whatever. It's time for change. You know, that's okay, and that means, you know, Libras, gentle balance together. So what they say, never let them see you sweat. What you see it, you know, whatever you're seeing, it is what it is, and you need, and you know, speak up for yourself if you need to. The Four of Wands. Now I'm finna go to it. It's not the card, but I said it out of my. So I'm gonna read it from the book so we know what the Four of Wands. Because I actually meant to say Four of Swords in the upright, and the Four of Wands came out of my mouth. If he wants me to say it, I'm gonna say it. If my Father wants me to speak, I'm gonna speak, because I am His to do His bidding. So Four of Wands in the upright says, you've been rapidly growing and expanding. Now it's time to pause and celebrate what you have achieved. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. A wedding, birthday, homecoming, or family get-together may also be in the cards. And we know it's holiday time. It's that season. So it's interesting that this came out, because the first card talked about change, and now we're talking about rapidly growing and expanding. And I'm telling you to see what you see and use your voice. Maybe your voice is a way that you're going to see some good things come into your life. So don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. Like, today was the voting day, and you know, I hope everybody went out and did their thing to let their voice be heard. So the Four of Swords, as the card is, the Four of Swords in the upright says you have reached your first milestone, and now you need to recharge your energy before the next phase begins. Take a break, clear your mind, and meditate. And that's awesome, because this card, like I said, is somebody coming out of battle. So to be in a place where now you need to rest because the battle is over. You feel me? Like, get ready for the next round, basically. You know how that goes. That's just how it is. And of course, we did go from the 4 to the 5, and 5 is about change numerically. It's halfway to 10. You know, it's that pivoting point where you say, okay, do I want to make some adjustments, make some changes, or, you know, stay the course? But if you're seeing a victory, then stay your course, period. Period. Poof. In my niece's voice, in Pepe voice. So the Five of Swords, as it's sitting to you, again, we're looking at it in the reverse as it was sitting to you, because I turned it to read it. In the reverse, the Five of Swords says, after a period of conflict, you are ready for change. There's that word again. Apologize, ask for forgiveness, make amends so that you can move on and create more fertile ground for new ideas and collaborations. And I love when it starts to make sense, because it always makes sense. You know, it always makes sense. Especially because this is about fertility. So I'm glad I did look at that card on the bottom to really kind of put it together. You know, good job. Good job, Libra, as you should. But do not be in a place of resentment.